Hey, what's going on, everyone? How are you? Let's fix this webcam a little bit. There we go. So, yeah, we're going to be doing some Speed Ladder commentary. No, obviously, Speed Ladder was yesterday, and this isn't going to be live. No, I did some recording. I only really did recording the second half of the ladder, mostly because we were trying out a new system of map lists and stuff, which was a lot of work compared to what we've done in the past, where we just told everybody to do random maps. So I wanted to make sure that I was personally there, making sure that it all was going right for all the players, and therefore we didn't do a stream. But once, in the second half of the ladder, once things were kind of things were a little bit under control, a little bit easier to take care of, I started getting to lobbies and recording, and now we can do some commentary. So basically, I will. I know the outcome of these games, I think most of them, but I'm still going to commentate them as if, I didn't know the outcome, and I'll try to keep you guys updated on, like, the context of everything. Now, in this first video, there's going to be a little bit of a quality issue for the first game. Apparently, the capture card, the spectator switch, last time it was used at a LAN, it needed to be 720p. So hooking that up to my capture card confused it, but the video problems will go away after the first game, maybe after this first match. But let's get it started. So yeah, at this point in the ladder, we're a couple matches in. For the most part, I think that there were no real big surprises. This was basically the first match. Because at the very beginning, you have, just by just law of averages, the way chance works, top teams just didn't happen to fight each other. This one in particular was a little bit early. So I think I record this match, and then I record a little bit later after that. But this is the first match where it was like two top teams are fighting each other. So I wanted to make sure that it got recorded. And the way, normally, the way the ladder is set up is I designed the ladder to forgive you entirely for your very first loss, unless you get to Hall of Fame undefeated. So, unfortunately, on Smash GG's end, there was an error, and they didn't install my custom settings. It was just the default ladder settings, and this did lead to some problems. I'll talk about them later. But unfortunately, this means that this match is very important for both of these teams, because if they lose, they're going to be at a pretty big disadvantage pretty early on. In the future, I'm going to make sure that they have my settings, and the ladder will be designed to handle the off chance that two top teams fight each other early on. But this one's going to be pretty. This is going to be a pretty big deal. So we're starting off with port splat zones. Now, the way that the map list in this works is I hand selected maps and modes out of I hand selected maps and modes out of X rank, and every single set has at least one zone. It has one zones in either game 1 or game 2, and then half of the map mode combinations don't have Clan Blitz. I tried to spice it up to be as even as possible, but I might revisit exactly how I make the algorithm for randomizing the maps. But either way, we're still here. So Olive gets like quick control. They get a wipe, and this is Enlightenment's first time trying to get out of their base. And Nick actually doesn't go for the splashdown. Maybe people are being kind of aware of that, and because he kind of actually didn't go for the splashdown, he was kind of taken out. But he ends up going down to send out anyway. Gets revenge killed, and now Olive basically is about to win if Enlightenment doesn't get the zone cap right now. So we see everyone trying to push up. Origami is barely able to help his teammate to get the zone. Gets a pick, gets a revenge pick, and now we're back into Olive being in control. Enlightenment's only in a one-up situation. He's definitely going to have to make sure that he doesn't get taken out here. The armor is going to be pretty important for getting out. We see Nick using Fizzy Bombs to try and get some meter out of his base. He is spotted, and unfortunately does not move away from Soren fast enough. Soren's going to be able to push into the base. He has that ball or the power of the L3, but it actually, no, he doesn't have the ball. He gets taken out, so this is an opportunity for Enlightenment. They're able to build up armor right now. 4D is able to pop that off as his teammates move out, but someone was still in the base, and his teammates do get distracted. He is able to win a one-on-one, though. This is really good for him and his team because he really was supposed to die there, but no, other members of his team are still dying somewhere else. I think that might have been Soren doing that, but Nick is able to actually solo cap the zone with the splashdown. So this is going to give Enlightenment more opportunities to try to push out. We have Ross right here going for some map control with his sniper. And yeah, we're still in a lot of these situations still where Enlightenment just isn't able to really consistently keep 4 people up and able to do anything with these advantages. They've been getting the zone, but they haven't really been getting control. Two entirely different things. But those zone caps have been keeping them in the game and giving them more opportunities. They just need to take advantage of some of these opportunities. We see Brian here using Stingray. Will he be able to do much with it? It looks like no. Enlightenment actually is able to stay alive here, but are they going to be able to take zone? So there's a Stingray going off from Enlightenment, there's an Inkstorm going off, 2 members are pushing forward, Origami trying to get in his zone as much as possible, and they get the cap with 1 second left, so that's going to keep them in the game. 3v3 situation. If they can start getting kills, if they can start slaying right now, it'll be really good. Urza goes down, 4v2, so this is the first time Enlightenment's actually had control of mid. Oh, and that armor, that was really tricky looking. I think he was actually hidden behind the sponge for a second or something there, because it looked like he almost had Ninja Squid, but he actually had armor. So, not really that good. Oh, and yeah, so there's going to be some visual bugs. Don't worry about it. Like I said, I had a little trouble with the recording. I actually went and edited this to fix it, but yes. So we're back into, unfortunately, Enlightenment gets their one chance to make something of this game, but they're unfortunately going to be kind of outslayed there, and they are not really going to be able to really get that much control. They get another penalty here, so Enlightenment's gotten a lot of chances to do something, and their one big chance so far, they got taken out. But I think it goes to show also that the way that this game tends to play out, or Splatoon in general tends to play out, is that if you give yourselves, first off, you have to give yourselves a lot of opportunities. That way, things will go. If you give yourself enough chances for things to go right, they eventually will. Now, Enlightenment was not really giving themselves opportunities as much as they were stopping Olive from knocking it out. And it just kind of goes to show that, like, if you're not creating the best types of opportunities for yourself, you're not actually going to be able to make game-winning pushes off it, I guess, if that makes sense. Whereas, like, Olive has been completely dominating, and that was a really nice snipe by Brian. Hopefully that made sense. I kind of word vomited that one out of here. But yeah, Enlightenment is really going to have to work hard to get out of their base right now. There's not that much time. I don't know if anyone's really that close to specials. We have some people trying to push up on the right. Can Brian get a pick here? No, not yet. Only 4 seconds left, though. I don't know if they're going to be able to get zone with this, and they're not. All right, let's go back over that thought for a second. So, leading up to when I made that comment, now Enlightenment did get a little bit of an opportunity after I started saying it to, and this is me fixing the, switch. There we go. All right, now it's back in 1080p. Everything's fine now. We don't get to see the scoreboard just because I was doing this live. But yeah, so leading up to the moment that I said that, Enlightenment had never really gotten any opportunities to actually win the game, right? And Splatoon is about the game-winning push. So, Sendao had like this really good shark that turned what would have been about a full wipe and full control into not a full wipe. Now we're losing people. Now it's not for control. Oh, now people respawn it, and then they ended up not really being able to get a grip on the map and have that game-winning push. Now, because that was like their one opportunity, you're not necessarily blaming, I think it might have been like 4D or whoever it was, for not getting like the kill on like Sendao or whatever, right? Because that's like, little things can happen to make little things go wrong, but it's the fact that it was Enlightenment's only opportunity to do so. That's the bad part for them, right? Because if they had gotten a bunch of opportunities to make a game-winning push, you do that enough times, and it's going to work. It doesn't matter if, like, once or twice someone, completely wrecks you. Because if you do that, like, 5 times, the time that it does work is the time that wins you the game. But we are back into watching Sendao use the camo tent. It's something he's prone to being good at. And he's going to go ahead and get that trade. And really just a neutral situation right here. No one really at any kind of special advantage. We see Nick the Thick with his baller right now. Would be forced to pop it from Urzen. No, he kind of expertly realizes that that's not a fight that he wants to take. He backs up, stays alive. Now he's preserving special for his team. There's about to be a Booyah Bomb. Will Nick force this baller out of the L3? He will. Will he get away from the explosion? He will do that as well, but it looks like he might be cornered. He might jump out. Not sure. Brian here with the bomb rush trying to push up. No, he actually doesn't jump out. Brian unaware somehow of Nick being there. His team definitely should know. And he gets 2 before Sendel takes him out. Now, Sendel does have a power clam, but he knows that he can't make that push by himself. He's not going to challenge that. He's just going to get the clam away. He's going to stay in mid. He's going to try to hold mid by himself because he has a camo tent. Will he be able to get this kill? He gets the kill on Ross. He gets another kill on 4D. And yeah, that's really good play by Sendel. He stayed alive. He made sure the objective wasn't going to be misplayed if he died. And then he ended up getting a pick with his weapon. So really good stuff by him. Now we see the first actual clams in from Olive. Doesn't really seem there's going to be that much follow-up. Yeah, Urza played really well this tournament. Doesn't seem there's going to be that much follow-up. Soren tries to keep the basket open. I can't quite tell if he missed the clam or if the basket closed just before he could. A little bit hard to tell in spectator mode. But either way, that's going to be the end of this push. Not the biggest push. Nice combination of damage there from that Slosher Deco. And the baller actually gets wasted too. So this is a pretty good follow back from Enlightenment. But Olive's still able to open the basket and get some more clams in. So Enlightenment has been, as Nick falls off the map, as I say, Enlightenment has been doing a good job at not taking too much damage. Yeah, they were like able to stop the bleeding. With Sendel being able to push up with the Tenebrella there, that's bad because they get scored on more. But honestly, Enlightenment did a good job at just kind of staying alive and making sure that they didn't get actually knocked out there. And now they're in a situation where they have basically 3 power clams. They can gain the lead immediately if they put in everything they have, plus 1 more small clam. We'll see how it ends up going. There's a lot of green in the middle of the map. Well, a lot of green clam icons in the middle of the map right now. And here comes the jump. So all 3 clams make it in off Nick. And if Nick throws in 1 clam, they'll gain the lead. Will he do it? Yep, he does. That's all the way down to 28 right now. Unfortunately, a lot of members of Enlightenment do go down. So this might be a little bit sketchy when it comes to the take back now. So let's see what goes on. So we have 1 power clam, we have 1 jump. And will the second power clam go in? It will, and that's going to be lead right away for Olive. Enlightenment can make this back, but I think they're going to, Olive's going to be able to put in those clams. And that is going to be it. So much better game from Enlightenment that second game. Unfortunately, them wiping with that jump. That's the thing about the jumping the power clams in. You know, you're basically guaranteed to die, so you're guaranteed to give the opponent a pushback. There might have been a slightly different outcome of that game if perhaps maybe the rest of this is black because I edited the video poorly. So there's an opportunity in there maybe for Nick to do math. He says, all 3 power clams go in. I'm just going to throw 1 clam in to get the lead, and then I am going to just run because I'm an ink brush and I can do that. And try to hold mid, maybe be annoying. I know he just uses baller, but it might even, I don't know if he could possibly get another baller, leave ink mines. He goes, just do something to just maintain mid a little bit. That way his teammates can respawn, and it's not just a completely blank map, full wipe for Olive to just completely go in on. So, that all being said, going for that jump in like that comes with the risk of a counter push. That's always how those pushes work in clams. Use that to close off a game, not to get back a lead typically. And Enlightenment was kind of punished for that. So one could say they took the easy way out. Others could say, you know, the opportunity happened, they just went for it, and they had to do well after that and didn't. But good on Olive. And basically, Olive was off to a really good start.